Hi, I'm Lisa Bradshaw. Thanks for joining the show today. In the studio, I have a new friend, Jen Staat. I met her through Element Salon, and she's here to talk about their salon, now 21 years in the Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
There's a lot to talk about your salon, but let's just start with the 21 years right here in the Valley.
Yeah, very exciting. We used to be down at Crescent Street Station with Val DeSardi, who is the CEO of Element Salon and Spa, and have recently, about 6-7 years ago, relocated to downtown Wenatchee, and just recently celebrated our 21st anniversary. So
you guys have had some other accolades. You've received other awards, nationwide awards.
Yeah, actually, just 2 years ago, we received over in New Orleans, where they had the big ceremony for that. We received a top 200 salon and spa nationwide. So that was really exciting for us. And Valda Sardi went down there and accepted that award on behalf of Elements.
So let's talk about what what it makes the structure of your salon different.
Well, the structure is actually pretty unique, and Valda has been doing this type of business model for about the last 15 to 16 years. And first and foremost, we're a team-based company. And
what does that mean?
Well, it's pretty loosely defined as all team members working together for the greatest satisfaction of our clients. And about 90% of salons and spas are going to be run with self-entrepreneurs or commission. And so our girls are designed under a salary compensation. So they are there for a set amount of time. So whether you're needing your nails done, your hair, makeup, facials, all of our team members are working together for our clients to be able to achieve greatest satisfaction of what they're wanting.
Now, the other thing that's different about your salon is the no tipping. And tell me, do people like that? I mean, I think it takes a bit getting used to. When you're leaving there, you're thinking, okay, doing the math in your head, what do I owe, and then you don't know anything, so it's kind of nice.
I was there actually with the company when Valda first launched the non-tipping. And so very quickly, easy, kind of dating back to remembering how clients reacted when we first did it and the hesitation that was there. And now, our clients are so used to that. It's such a relief for them to be able, because we're a team-based salon, that you yourself could come into the salon and be getting 3 to 4 things done. And they're all going to be by different technicians. And you're going to be coming up to the front at your checkout time, and you're feeling relaxed, you're feeling great, and you're then starting to panic and stress over how to divvy out a proper tip, or what's the proper amount, or who gets what. So it's so much less stress for all of our clients, and it helps in aiding our business model with working together as a team.
So did you face any resistance from your actual technicians, or obviously they're compensated well enough that they can maneuver without it?
Right. We have that kind of put into our compensation program that we work with the technicians that we have there. And when we first launched our non-tipping, it was really exciting for all of our team that were there when Valda first did it. And we kind of talk to any new client that comes into the salon and is a little bit resistant. The amount of hours and training and time that these girls put into the industry and getting education, it is really a thriving industry where you have to rely on continuing education yearly. Mm-hmm. And we thrive in doing that, and we are constantly on top of our education. So whenever clients come in and are a little bit hesitant of not feeling right by not leaving a tip, we talk to them about how educated our girls are. And when you go and you see your doctor, or you go and you see your dentist, you're not thinking, or your lawyer, you're not thinking about tipping them. And that is where we hold our technicians that we staff. We hold them up to that type of standard.
So they're going through constant education just like any other professional in any type of business?
Yes.
So some of the people at your salon who work for you have been there a very long time.
Yeah.
Who's the longest, would you say? How long is the longest?
Drea Walter, she has been there, she's going on 19 years now.
Wow.
And
you don't hear about that a lot.
No, you don't. And Tara Johnson, she's at 15 years. And I started about a month or so after she started. And the rest of our girls are pretty tenured too. They're 2 to 3 years. Our technician that I last hired, she's been now with us for about 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So anywhere between the 2-year mark to 19 years.
Almost 2 decades, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I first started going to your salon, I was invited to the holiday event that we'll talk about in just a minute, but I was scheduled with someone, and then I was scheduled with someone else I wasn't scheduled. I came in for something, and then I did this, and then someone else colored my hair, and at first I was like, it wasn't like I was feeling tossed around, but I was like, I'm used to just one person doing everything. And one of the things that I guess I liked about when I was leaving, when I had to make an appointment, if that person wasn't available, I really felt confident that anyone else could do whatever it was I was asking.
Right.
And it did take me a little bit to get used to that.
Right, and that's a huge other part of why our team-based philosophy works so well. You know, you're wanting to be there at a certain time. You're a very busy businesswoman as well, and so you schedule these appointments. And you know, if one of our team members is out sick or she has an emergency, you know, we do our best, and 99% of the time we're able to make sure that you're still taken care of for that day. All of your notes have always been left in the past, and you know, you want to get your hair done that day. You want to get your pedicure done that day. The rest of your week is so busy, and we make sure that we respect and value that time for our clients as well.
So let's talk about the holiday event. So you have been doing this for a while.
Yes.
So let's talk about it. So November 10th, people can stop in. And I did it last year, and I left there feeling like, wow, I pretty much just got checked out head to toe. Like anything that I would need, I know now.
Yes. So we've been doing this for many years now. This is probably our 18th or 19th year that we've been doing this. And what it's designed to do is it's several different things. It's a kickoff to the holiday season, but it's also a client appreciation for us. So we want all of our clients, you know, whether you come and see us every week or you've never seen us before, we want to open our doors, enjoy complimentary hors d'oeuvres and appetizers from Ring a Bell's Catering. It's the one and only time that we offer 20% off all of our products. We have distributors and representatives from all of our lines, including our Italian line of Dove and S, and our skincare, the #1 skincare brand in the nation, Dermalogica. Our makeup line, we have representatives coming in from all of those lines that are going to be hands-on with you as well. So you just have to call and sign up for our circuit and enjoy all of the fun stuff that we have going on that day.
Well, I'll say this. So it's an opportunity for you guys to sell product, get client, do all these things. But they do this thing where they stick your face under that light and then they look back at you and then they could tell you all the flaws. And, you know, I needed some hair products for sure, and I've been using those since then. But when we did the light thing, she said, well, have you had wine lately? And I said, last night, because I guess I had little like dark circles under my eyes, perhaps dehydration that you can't see normally.
Right.
And I'd had a Christmas party like the evening before. And but she didn't recommend any product for my face. She said whatever I was doing to keep doing. So I really liked that from the start because she didn't try to sell me anything.
Right.
But then my hair needed some work, so we worked on that.
Yes, it's not about selling the product. Of course, it's a huge incentive for you guys to come and enjoy that discount that we have as an appreciation for you. But as we stick with the education topic, you know, we want to be able to educate our clients, and sometimes bringing in representatives from those lines that you might hear me tell you this constantly, but if it's coming from a different person that you've never seen before, that's a top person with Dermalogica or with Dove and Ness, it might register and you'd be like, oh yeah, I want to try that. You know, just coming from somebody different and unique that you might not be seeing every single time you come into the salon. So.
Well, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, we are too.
And a little bit later in the show, I'll have Linda Haglund from the Downtown Association who's talking about the rest of the things that you put it together with that day, right?
Yes, yeah.
During the wine tour.
It's a very busy time for downtown Wenatchee. We love our location. We love our partnership with WDA and working with Linda. And so it's a very busy day, and you're going to be downtown, and they're going to be setting up for some of the Festival of Trees. It's just a really exciting time, and the feelings that are kind of around that. And sometimes we get snow, sometimes we don't. We'll be playing our Christmas music, that's for sure.
So that's Saturday, November 10th at Element Salon. From what time?
10 to 4.
10 to 4. If you're a client, whether you're a client or not, you'll get 20% off the products. But they'll take you from station to station and let you know what you may or may not need in health and beauty with their products and with their services there. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Hi, we're back. Thanks for being with me today. I'm Lisa Bradshaw. In the studio now I have guest Linda Haglund. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You kind of don't need an introduction.
Well, I kind of do because I just kind of hang around,
Yeah,
right?
you're Wenatchee Downtown Association's executive director. How long have you been at that position
Almost
now?
8 years.
Has it been that long?
I know, kind of scary,
It's
isn't
really
it?
the perfect job for you, don't you think?
It is. It's community. It seems that's where my career has always taken me, is community. I don't know that I get much more community than right in the heart of our downtown. And we are a small nonprofit that cheerleads for small business. And my heart is with these small business owners and these building owners that love these old buildings. I grew up in this downtown, so it feels like I come home every day. From my home, I come home again to my office. It's really fun. I love it.
It's a perfect fit.
I think so too.
So one of the things we're here to talk about, which we'll get to a little bit later, is talking about the holiday open house and the wine walk that happens coming up here pretty quickly. It's the kickoff to the season, but I wanted to talk about, when I invited you on the show to talk about the wine walk, you said, hey Lisa, I have this other little piece you might be interested in, and boy am I.
Yeah, this is right up your alley.
Honoring our heroes. So
It
tell
is.
us about that.
So I am very fortunate that my board sees value in sending me to be connected and educated. So in the Main Street world that I live in, on a national level, they have a national conference every year. So I got to go this year, and it was in Kansas City. And I got to go to Kansas City, and we get to really share best practices. And we get to sit through other presentations. And this community did a project like this, and it hit my heart. You know, it's one of those moments where you go, oh, we so have to do this. We didn't budget to do this. I don't know how we're going to do this. We're going to do this. So I came home and I said to my board, we need to do this year. So the idea is that in the month of November, we honor our heroes. And it requires people who have served or are serving to connect with us. And it became more difficult than I thought because our local heroes are very humble.
It is the truth.
My
it is the
goodness.
truth. Interviewing, I think a lot of people from that generation, any generation of people who served, they don't do it for the glory. They do it most often because they love our country and
they
want to
didn't
serve
talk
it.
about it. You know, my father was a World War II veteran. He didn't talk about his service. So what we asked people to do is to fill out a banner application. The cost was $200. The price of the banner is going to be right about $125 with tax. Then any difference we're going to benefit. This year, the benefit will go to the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the VFW here, who have specific funds that help either the families that are currently deployed or the veterans who need help, right? So all the money goes back into the community. So we asked them to submit a picture. We wanted to know who they served for. So was it the Army, the Navy, what branch, the years they served, and then we wanted a story. Because we're going to be able to, with the help of the Wenatchee World, produce a Behind the Banners book to tell the stories.
And that's the hard part, is getting them to
Yes.
ask, you know,
Yeah.
getting them to share.
Yeah,
Getting them to share.
my brother and I, my dad has passed 3 years ago, and I called my brother and I said, did Dad talk to you? Did Dad tell you? Because I know where he served. I have a copy of his DD-214 when he got out of the military that says some awards that he had received and medals, but it didn't talk about what he did and the heart of my dad, you know, and why it was hard or not. Well, that became apparent all the way down the line, even with the ones still living, because most of our banners going up are local connections still alive, walking in your community that you bump into. Super cool. But what became really apparent right away, and I say this in my letter in the beginning of the publication is why we did this, is they don't consider themselves heroes. So telling this story was really difficult. And then, and I almost tear up because the stories were so unique, and I'll try not to choke up, but a good example is the gentleman that walked into my office just last week. And his family encouraged him. They were doing a banner. Wasn't quite sure what we were doing and what it meant. And so we connected over the course of this project, and he found me last week and walked into my office. And I said, would you like to see a mock-up of what your banner's going to look like? And as soon as he saw it, his eyes welled up. Then I start crying, because I'm an easy cry, but we were both crying, and he said, I can't believe you do this. I've never felt appreciated for my service. And I'm crying and he's crying, and I said, that ends today. And at least in the month of November, you're going to drive down my avenue in my downtown, and you're going to know we honor our heroes here. And so these will hang the entire month of November. The mayor has embraced this, as typically he does, these great projects, and he is going to allow the flags to remain flying in downtown. And they put small flags up for 4th of July, Memorial Day, Veterans Day. The flags will be up the whole month of November to honor our heroes. So these 21 banners, we are honoring 20. We have 20 men and 1 woman, and I can't tell you the woman's name because the family has surprised her. So that surprise is about to go hello, right? And these banners are 8 feet. You know, I showed you one.
Yeah, I saw
8 feet tall.
when you arrived, and I was pretty overwhelmed by how. Well, it's a picture of them in their service uniform, but it's more than that, right? And just how well they're done and designed. And so by going to this event in Kansas City, then you came home and brought this here. And you are someone who knows what it's like to try to bring something to the community that maybe isn't here already. So is this something you hope to do each year?
Absolutely. So the money they spent to pay for these banners, they will hang this year November and next year November. But we have the opportunity to do 60. We did 21 the first year, feel really good about that. But hopefully when they
you
go
have the space for 60.
We do, the capacity. So these will hang 2 years. And then hopefully next year we'll get other ones that will go on a 2-year cycle. And then we will find another veteran organization that's helping our vets in this community. Bunker comes to mind, those. So, so what we will do then, after the 2 years, they can keep their banner. And so that's really fun to say. It's 8 feet. Their pictures are almost 4 feet, and so it's going to be.
Don't know where they're going to put them, but they'll be theirs.
How fun!
No, that's special. You know, I think that the idea of, you know, when you come from a nonprofit, which I'm a founder of a nonprofit too, the Don't Wait Project, and sometimes you have ideas that you have no budget for, and you find a way. You always find a way.
You do. There's a sign up in my office that I heard someone say once that I embraced, is the lack of resources is no longer an excuse not to act. And if we always wait till everything's lined up, the stars are lined up, everything's perfect, we budgeted perfectly, you don't get a lot of things done.
Well, you don't wait, right?
You don't wait.
You don't
You're
wait.
right. You don't wait.
We'll come back in just a moment. We're talking with Linda Haglund. She's the Executive Director of Wenatchee Downtown Association. We'll tell you what's coming up for this holiday season.
Dear Merry Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Merry Maids.
Hi, we're back. Thanks for watching. We're talking about downtown Wenatchee today. I have Linda Haglund here in the studio. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you. Love
Executive Director of Wenatchee Downtown Association. Let's talk about the Holiday Open House and the Wine Walk.
Well, it's everybody's favorite. And this is one we truly enjoy doing. The Holiday Open House and Wine Walk will be November 10th, and it is a 12 to 5 event. And what happens is we buy permits from the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board, I said that right, and that allows local or regional wines or hard ciders to pour in our local retail businesses in downtown. So there will be 18 stops plus some additional add-ons. For instance, Firehouse Pet will be a hydration station where you can go grab some water and that kind of thing. But from 12 to 5, you are going to get a signature tasting glass and tokens, and you can visit these different stores and taste those in local and regional wines and hear from the makers and the winemakers and get an idea of what you want maybe for the holidays. The really fun thing is that in our downtown, our Chamber of Commerce does a really good job of messaging our wine industry here. And they have a tasting room, which is really unusual for a chamber. And they also give you the capability 12 months out of the year to buy these local and regional wines. So once you taste them, you can go buy them. And they'll all be displayed that day at the chamber. And so what you taste, and we'll give you a little map, because once you taste a few, you might not remember where you tasted them or what they were, right?
Yeah, so then you'll know.
Exactly.
That was at that store when I bought this, because there'll be holiday specials and things, right, for shopping.
There will.
I have a friend who's new to wine, and she likes sweet wine, and I don't drink sweet wine, so she said, how do I find the wine I like? I said, well, we go wine tasting. So we did do a Lake Chelan limo wine tasting this past weekend, but I said, we'll do this one too, because this will really, I think, just have the local wines. Then, like you said, you can go buy them right there.
Well, it is. And the other thing too is what we hear every year, and it doesn't matter, male or female, we hear this every year. I had no idea that store existed. And we go, okay, really? Okay, now that was a success. So people are bumping into stores and seeing great holiday and year-round opportunities that they didn't know existed in our downtown. The other thing cool about our downtown is it's always changing. A healthy downtown, a vibrant downtown is always growing and always changing. And so that is totally the case. So there are stores that we'll be tasting in this year that you couldn't last year because they're new. So that's going to be super fun too for people to get an idea of what is in their downtown and then come back, because a part of this too will be a opportunity for you to get a passport. So you can pick up a passport, and we're going to let you passport between Small Business Saturday through Christmas Eve. You can visit some of these stores and get your passport stamped, and we're going to give you a super cool, only you can get from us, ornament for doing that passport. So we're going to introduce that the same day. Multi-level, this is a good thing for downtown.
So tell me this, we have just a couple more minutes. What is your favorite part about working with the Downtown Association?
Oh, definitely the small business owners and the property owners. You have to understand, owning a 100-year-old building, most of our downtowns are just
Comes
about
with its own
100.
set of
it does.
and challenges.
The passion they have to keep these buildings vibrant is truly a unique heart thing. And then these small entrepreneurs, in the world we live in today when it's so easy to online shop, I just encourage people to shop small, shop downtown, shop your local small business, because these business owners are usually the one waiting on you owns the store, and their livelihood depends on it. But more than that, it's a heart passion for them. So every day, Meredith and I get to bump into these small business owners that just love this community and love what they do. And this younger, new, vibrant entrepreneur is super fun to deal with.
I can see when I pay a lot of attention to branding and just business development in general, whether it's an online business or it's a shop walking down the street. But I'm always impressed by how lovely and aesthetically appealing downtown looks. The windows and how the time that goes into that. I had an internet company that for 1 month had a storefront, and it's so much work, and it's a passion, and that's what makes it so successful, I think, because they are the ones that are there every day.
It is, and those windows are the eyes into the store, and so they take great care and great love, and small business owners, not for the faint of heart. They're brave souls. I always say they're kind of like, for me, like orchardists, cherry orchardists, these brave people who have a passion for what they do. That's a small business, and we have a lot of them in downtown.
Well, I appreciate you being here.
Thank
Come
you
back
so
anytime.
much. I love it.
So the holiday open house is November 10th. That's a Saturday. You can visit downtown for the wine walk from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Stay up to date with what's happening in North Central Washington. Go to the NCWLIFE community calendar at ncwlife.com.